Hey, your viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to the Forgotten City. Phil is sat in the room once more with me.
We've had some very intriguing things with regards to this game, haven't we?
Indeed, we have. So we got the basic premise. So we've gone back in time, found this strange, forgotten, sunken city, and we have to try and stop the golden rule from being broken.
That's
So
it, that's what we need to find. And the
Indeed.
golden rule is that if one person commits a sin, then everyone gets punished.
Yes. So we're going to find out who's going to break the rule. That's the task that the magistrate has given to us. But for now, Phil, I think a bit of exploration is in order.
Yeah, so it's a bit of detective, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a detective game.
That's what we're gathering from this.
But with weird time shenanigans going on.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can always check our quest journal at any point.
Yeah, so we've been flung 2,000 years into the past, I believe.
We got zoomy eyes, Phil. Zzz, 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 like that.
Shade launch.
Robot eyes. I can jump on the.
Oh yeah, you can, can't you?
What's the name of these things that they have?
A chaise lounge.
Chaise
or
longue?
something. Yeah, that's it.
Is that the term they would have used though? Wouldn't they not have had like a Latin phrase for it?
Oh, I don't know what it is.
Because I've got the word like triclinium in my head, but I don't know if that's the piece of furniture or if that's the room where you would have, or like a room where you would have found them.
Yeah, I'm not too
where
sure.
people would have reclined, kind of. Yes.
Let's have a look around.
I remember in primary school learning all like about Roman rooms in a villa.
Did
you?
you? I don't remember doing it. Oh no.
Well, this would have been year 5 when you would have been in Germany, I think, or round about then, or maybe you got back by then, I'm not sure. Scintilla. To Sentius, may Jupiter, Optimus, Maximus continue to protect and guide you. Thank you for making me your daughter, and for the lovely birthday pendant. I promise I will wear it always. You're so safe and fortunate to have you as my father and Sentia as my sister. Since you've been feeling apprehensive about the election next month, but if you can just show them the strong, dependable man I know you to be, you'll be re-elected, I'm sure of it.
Oh, is there a next page?
No, there isn't. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so in
Right.
essence, summary, Scintilla expresses gratitude to Sentius for adopting her.
Right, okay.
So she's adopted then.
So should I?
Okay, interesting.
Elements. Yeah, it's good to explore because we need to
Yeah.
find things. Oh. Yeah, no, he said we can search anything we want. Oh.
Ooh. I think we should probably not do that from the magistrate.
Yeah.
Because that'd probably be bad. They're saying. It's the twist that we end up breaking the law, and that is the thing that violates the golden rule. I know.
What's that there?
Ooh.
Ah,
a
Lorarium.
Lorarium. Small household shrine where ancient Romans offered daily prayers for protection.
Okay.
You see, at the very least, people, you're going to be learning a thing or
Yes,
two.
that's good. That is.
Yeah.
I wonder if the creators of this, obviously, which is the mod, obviously did maybe some research into Roman.
Probably didn't they?
Roman times and Roman mythology and all that.
Imagine.
Oh,
Horatius. With a golden
Keep
statue
an eye out
behind
for
it.
Scintilla, would you?
yeah, we will. Well, okay, still.
Interesting that I go near the statues and it whispers. It will whisper horrors. Is anything else over here?
Oh, the produce ball.
Its carrots are purple as they were before. Modern orange carrots were
Yes, of
cultivated.
course, that's the thing. Carrots
Yes.
used to be purple. It's only through selective breeding and stuff that we made them orange.
Indeed. Yeah.
Oh my goodness me, this is quite elevating
Yeah.
music.
Indeed it is. A nice little sort of courtyard in the villa.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, da 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 da. No, that would be
Why
weird if
the
that happened.
a Jurassic Park theme would suddenly come in, who knows? Now I wonder if Scintilla has a room around here somewhere we could
Yeah, we'll see a
investigate.
few rooms, don't we?
Yeah.
Fear is proof of a degenerate.
Seneca?
He loves
He
quoting,
does.
doesn't he?
You do indeed.
Forgotten.
Oh, you see, if this was Skyrim, we'd be
Oh,
raiding the
thank
barrels
God
for
you can't
cabbages
raid
now.
Oh.
Yeah, produce bowl. It's
Yeah.
the same as before. Inspect stove. It's no doubt unpleasant cooking with such poor ventilation, but Romans probably regard that as their servant's problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't have the greatest
Indeed.
ventilation there. Okay, so this is sort of pantry
Keep an eye out
slash.
for Scintilla, would you?
Oh, we will, don't worry.
Indeed. We'll try our best, old boy. This looks like a room.
A vial.
Small vial containing a rudimentary perfume made from flowers and oil. I should remember I can drag items as well like this to examine them.
Yeah, just in case we see anything secret.
Yeah, because it could be like a code or something written on
bust.
the bust. Sculpture of Ares, the Greek god of war, known to the Romans as Mars.
Oh yes, they have different names for different. Yeah,
Essentially, they were always very similar because obviously Romans had a lot of inspiration from the Greeks.
absolutely.
I thought maybe I could read that, but I
It
don't
looks
think
like
I
that's just the
can.
vial.
Can I read this?
Oh, Sentia's journal.
Sentia, okay. Sentia believes everyone is entitled to their secrets. Dear Diary, today my father suggested I write a diary as a way of keeping myself occupied while we all deal with the sudden and devastating disappearance of my sister. As a dutiful daughter, of course I shall oblige. The following pages contain my innermost secrets. Ooh.
Oh.
I know you're reading this, Father. I may be young, but do not think me stupid. We're all entitled to our secrets. Okay, she's left
yes.
that out
Yeah,
hidden.
clever. Clever. Can't let your father see things.
Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed. A brass mirror. Brass has been polished into a rudimentary mirror which has been used for applying makeup. Okay.
Right, makes sense. Obviously, it's been polished into a mirror. That's even less clever.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course, they probably wouldn't have had glass making techniques that would have enabled them to.
We can search, but can we? Is it going to say steel? Yeah, it's steel. We don't want to.
Don't want to piss
that.
off
No.
the high and mighty.
Because again,
Yes.
stealing was one of the.
Indeed. So, whose room is this? Ink jar. Ceramic ink jar. The ink appears to be made from soot and water.
Okay, interesting combination to put together.
Yeah.
It is soot and water.
Indeed. It's interesting to think about that ancient civilizations, how they went about doing the things that today would be
Yes.
so easy to us. Some
Yes,
small vial.
Yeah, we got to think they didn't have the stuff at the time, did they?
Oh.
To say it was the same
other one?
vial.
Yeah.
Yeah, brass mirror. We know about that.
Yeah.
It's the one for making makeup.
Indeed.
Okie
I
dokie.
see. I like examining each one in case there's like something marked on one of them or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit sort of curious.
One of the
This
chests.
is Centilla's room.
Again, with stuff we can't steal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I did say have a look at her room at some point, but
There's a
Mind you,
note.
oh,
Oh,
that blends in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like under the pillow, is it? Okay. Summary, Centilla writes that she has decided to escape.
Oh.
Centilla to Sentius and Sentia, may Clementia give you the strength to forgive me. I'm sorry to have to leave you this way, but I found a way to escape and I must make it. Or take it rather. I hope we meet again someday. Said also optional talk to
So we
Sentia.
found. Okay.
Yes.
So you might be able to give this note to her. So this is why she didn't break this in, because she decided herself she wanted to escape.
Yeah. So we took that note. Right, Sentia, do you have got anything you want to say about
The
this?
best behaviour, I trust.
Doing my best, Horatius, don't you worry. Talking to our elder woman over here. What's up?
What have you discovered?
Found a letter in a room which mentioned a plot to escape. I was hoping to talk to you anyway. Let's talk about the letter.
What? Really? I swear, I searched her room top to bottom and never saw that. I wonder how I could have missed
Yeah,
it.
I do too, because it was
Yeah.
under a pillow.
Indeed.
Well done, I suppose.
That is a good
But
point.
it's odd. It was only a few months ago that Centilla's friend Yulia let slip she was planning an escape of her own. And yet, Yulia's still here. You should go and speak with her.
Yes.
Find out if she knows anything. She lives in the villa next door.
Okay, well, we could do that,
Right,
yeah.
okay, so
It's optional. Ask Yulia about Centilla's escape plan. I will need to check my objectives at some point just to
yeah, just so
keep track of everything.
yeah, because we've got a lot building.
Here is proof of a degenerate
Thank you for that.
mind.
Yes, Horatius. Thank you.
God, I
Yes.
do love the internal
Always there.
decor.
I
I
know.
like the little images of people in the red paint. Yes,
There's a door there.
indeed. Right, this was Centilla's room, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Can we go through here, or is this not? Oh, it is
Yeah,
not.
we can.
Ah, she comes round there.
Yeah. You
Right.
see? Alright.
Oh,
Oh, hello.
oh.
Oh, he's Sentius. Got anything else you want to say?
Well, you're just gonna.
Ah, you've returned. Do you have any news about your investigation?
Can we talk about who's going to break the golden rule? I'm going to ask you some questions about it. What's your story? Do you know where there? What's
Okay,
your
it's quite a few
golden
things to
rule?
talk to. Can we talk about? Yeah,
Of course. What is it?
let's do that.
I think I know who it
Oh,
is.
no,
Never
yeah.
mind.
Why then did you say? It doesn't matter. It looks like you'll have to continue your investigation.
So yes, he's
Now,
just
was
giving
there
me
anything else you wanted to ask?
all the time in case we don't to talk to him. In case we have a suspect.
Ask then.
Oh, if we've asked all these.
No, never mind.
Yeah.
Good. Now, was there something else you wanted to discuss?
Yeah. What's your
What's your story?
Sextus Sentius Imperiosus is my name, though magistrate is the proper way to address me. Before I wound up here, I was a decurion in the cavalry of Imperial Rome, helping protect civilization from the barbarians.
Okay.
So basically, by barbarians, he just means anyone who's not a Roman.
What's a decurion?
I believe a decurion would have been an officer, but let's ask.
It's a cavalry officer. I had 30 men under my command. This was my uniform.
Well, you're still wearing it. Well, because status, I guess.
As magistrate, I usually wear a toga, But today, I may need to survive long enough to create the portal for you. So, it seemed prudent.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. How did you end up here?
My men and I were at the Emporium in Rome as honor guard for a visiting dignitary arriving upriver by barge. Now, the port is usually bustling, but just as our guests arrived, waves of people began running toward the river from streets and alleyways in every direction. They were trying to escape a terrible fire. Unfortunately, the crowd sent my horse into a panic, and I remember it losing its footing by the water's edge. The next thing I knew, I was waking up
this is
on a
happening
riverbank
to
not far from
everyone.
here
Yeah.
in the company of some stranger.
Oh, so
I went looking for my horse and discovered that lonely temple. You can probably figure out the rest.
Okay, theory time. Phil,
Okay, go
they're
on.
all talking about a river and how they all woke up. on
Yeah,
the bank.
and fire.
Yes.
Yes. Said fire and the stranger.
Yes.
We've
So,
well.
theory time, we're all dead. Across, well, I'm assuming the Romans here had probably their own equivalent of the Greek myth of the river Styx.
Yeah.
Where you cross it and you're in the world of the
Could it
dead.
go there?
So, I don't know, something like that maybe. Who
Okay.
knows? We'll see. We'll see if my hunch proves accurate as the game progresses. How'd you come to be magistrate?
I was elected 7 months ago, uncontested because of my command experience. Since then, there's been growing agitation for another election. They're supposed to be annual, but I agreed to hold it sooner, hoping it would placate my constituents. Unfortunately, it just seems to have emboldened certain elements instead.
Okay.
Very well.
Do you know a way out of here?
If I did, I'd have let these people out of here already.
I suppose that's true.
Fair point.
Yeah, what does he think about
He
it?
probably is in favour of it.
I've had plenty of time to think about it. Let me see if I can sum up my thoughts. I've always considered my guiding star to be the well-being of the Roman people. Our survival and prosperity have always hinged upon honoring the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. Give the gods what they want and we all prosper. Dishonor them and we all die. It's as simple as that. The real enemy in this place is not the golden rule, but human failings.
Yes, that
The
makes
temptation to slide into degeneracy, greed, and hubris. I trust that answers your question.
Yes, I suppose it does. Yes. Better get back to it.
I'll be waiting here for news.
sense. Right.
So yeah, he's probably just going to stand here, and he's just going to be there eventually, I suppose, when we get some suspects in mind, and we can
Yeah,
come back
exactly.
once we think we've figured it out, isn't it? That's
And
just
of
a
course,
look.
I know there's words of an election.
Yeah.
Gonna be happening.
Ooh, could have found
So a
some
bit of
little
politics.
flaws. Yes.
There's that thing.
All right.
Oh, got someone doing some press ups.
Oh, hello, hello. Who's this then? You got a helmet on? Stranger.
Who's this?
Oh.
Okay.
Hello there.
Who's this?
What were you two talking about?
Sorry, what?
Don't play dumb. I saw you. Having a shady little chat with old man Sentius up on his balcony. What's he offering you? Money? Favours? What's your vote worth to him?
He wasn't trying to buy my vote. We weren't talking about the election. What's it worth to you? Interesting. Let's just say he wasn't trying to buy my vote.
What? You're throwing your lot in with him for free then? That's even worse. Mark my words, Malleolus is gonna be magistrate by the end of the day. And if I tell him you've sided with that feeble old has-been, that you've been trying to undermine his hard-won victory, you'll have picked the wrong patron. Got it?
What a friendly chap. I don't want any trouble. I don't care about it. I wasn't thinking of interfering, but now I am. That's probably red rag to a bull.
Yeah. I mean, we're not really in this for the election. We're trying to get home, aren't
Yeah.
we? So.
Don't
yeah.
care about the election. Okay.
Good. Then stay out of it. Nobody likes Caput Murday foreigners interfering in an election.
Fine. Mind if I have some questions? This will welcome. I'll be going now. Let's ask questions.
Can't hurt.
Yeah,
What's your story?
The name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus, you go through me.
I'd like to meet him. That'd be nice. Why are you dressed like a gladiator? He's like the bodyguard, is he? Essentially.
Could very well be, yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Because I am a gladiator.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's why.
Okay, but you're nowhere near an arena. Well, fair enough. I'm tempted to see if it antagonises him. Let's see.
You want to see me fight? Keep running your mouth, fatuous cunners.
Yeah, okay. Malleolus.
Too bad. He's busy. Unless... No. You don't look like you could afford it.
Afford what?
I'm glad you asked. See, he's a busy man, and this is an important day. He'll be inside practicing his victory speech for tonight.
Right.
Left me strict instructions he doesn't want to be disturbed. So if you want to see him, I'll need something valuable in return.
Figure out how to get into his villa. Alright, what do you want? Isn't soliciting bribes a sin? I'll see what I can do. Forget it, I'll find another way in.
Right. Ooh, we're going to pick there, Andrew.
Yes. Isn't that a sin? Because they did mention bribery, didn't they?
I think there was mention of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Bribe? That's such an ugly word. What I'm looking for is more of a tribute to me, your soon-to-be patron.
What's he looking for?
Dunno. Something good.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Just make it good.
Okay.
Okay, do you know a way out of here?
When Malleolus wins the election, yeah, this place will change. You won't even want to leave. You'll see.
Right.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
I think it's gone on long enough, and Malleolus is going to put an end to it once he's elected.
Sounds great. Can I help in some way? How's he going to do that? I'm not sure I believe it. How's he going to do it?
Yeah.
He's going to announce it in his victory speech. Just you wait and see.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Why can't you tell me now?
Because if I tell you, and it gets out, it'll give old man Sentius a chance to interfere in our plans. And we can't have that.
Right, okay.
Okay. Can I help?
We've already lined up the votes he needs to win. Just stay out of our way, and we won't have a problem.
Okay.
Sounds like the vote. Who are you
Who
going
are you
to
going to vote for?
Well, who do you think? I need to speak with Yulia. They did mention her.
She's not here. Had to carry her to Lucretia's clinic this morning. Shrine of Apollo. She was acting sick. Faking it, if you ask me. Typical.
Don't should be faking it.
Yeah. Well, let's go and maybe talk at the Shrine of Apollo and talk to Lucretia.
Whatever. Just remember, I'll be watching.
What a
Right.
friendly chap.
Yeah, it's Malleolus. So
Right.
I suppose he's the other politician then we need to...
Yeah,
Who's going to be...
indeed. He's just going to go back to his press office, apparently. Right. It's always when you go near the statues, it feels like that voice comes in. Or certain ones, perhaps. Oh, hello there. Who
Who's
we
this
got?
then?
Who are you, stranger?
Can you help us?
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step.
Okay.
What's your story, Rufius?
Can't talk long. Got to stay sharp, but... family's from Seleucia on Tigris.
Okay.
Babylon province.
So in modern day Iraq, basically.
Been roaming a long time now. Even joined the legions. The 6th. One they call Ironclads.
Right.
Okay. Sorry, Rufius, but a phone just went off in the background. Do you need to get something? How'd you end up here?
Same way as everyone else.
Okay, sure.
Well, I can't believe your phone is going off. How rude.
No, dearie me. Why are you still wearing your legionary armour?
Because we're all in grave danger. Is it not obvious?
Okay.
Why do you have a weapon?
Magistrate made me toss it in the chasm. Stupid. Going to have to improvise now.
Yeah, it's
Not much of a talker, are you?
If you were dealing with what I am, you wouldn't be either.
What exactly are you dealing with?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
None of your business. Introiti ipsum commensula.
Okay.
If we have to.
See what else? Yeah,
Do you know a way out? Yeah.
If I did, do you think we'd be having this conversation?
Yeah, I suppose so.
What do you think about the Golden Rule, buddy?
I'll tell you this much. I hate the fact that my survival depends on the common sense of other people.
And then I've lived through a pandemic.
Oh,
Ooh,
that
that's
is
a
quite-
little bit of a dig at certain groups of people.
Yes, it certainly is. Oh, that is clever.
I
Which
kind
just,
of do want to say
yeah,
it.
it kind of shows you the
Yeah.
how up to date this is. Yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about. I mean, all these people just bumble along like nothing's wrong. Well, we're one bad decision away from being wiped out.
Yep, that's just how it
Like
was.
the last
Yes,
lot of
that is
people who
so.
lived here.
Yep, just like the pandemic.
Seems like I'm the only one ready.
He said the
for
last
what's
lot of people
coming.
who lived here.
Whatever that is. And when it hits, it's everyone for themselves. You've been warned.
What do you think's coming?
I don't know. But did you ever get the feeling some of these statues are watching us when we're not looking? Like they're waiting for something. I don't like it.
I think he's right. I mean,
Yeah.
something is odd.
Odd, very odd.
Of course I am.
Yeah.
Who are you going to vote for?
Meliodas. Not sure I trust Sentius. Couldn't even protect his daughter in a city without sin. How's he going to protect us?
Anything I can do to change that?
Oh, okay, I guess we'll get into it.
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll be off.
Whatever.
Okay, Rufius.
Another very friendly chap. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Oh.
it's a sound.
Don't you just love springtime?
Oh, Galerius. You got
Hello.
anything else you want to say?
Ah, it's you again. Hope you're settling in, friend. Now, what's on your mind?
Yes, we don't know his story.
Yes.
Well, it's a long one and kind of sad, but I don't mind telling it.
I have time.
I'm a farmer. Always have been. I grew up in a
Britannia.
small village in Britannia, Camulodunum, with my parents and two little sisters. Lovely part of the world. One day, when I was about 20, my father and I were in the top paddock, loading our cart, when some Roman legionaries came along, demanding produce for their men.
Right. Okay.
My father told me to run into the house for his axe, and so I did. Sprinted so fast I almost threw up. But by the time I got back, he was bleeding out on the ground, and our cart was empty. That was my first encounter with the legions. My mother died of a broken heart soon after, and things went downhill from there. I took over the farmstead, but I was young. It was a struggle. More raiding started before too long. We'd come outside in the morning to find animals missing, our stores pillaged. These Legion thugs just took whatever they wanted. One night, when my sisters and I had nothing left to steal, there was a knock at the door. I knew who they were, and what they wanted. I got my father's old axe, pulled the door open real quick, and before that soldier knew it, split his face right down the middle. But there were more of them. I never saw how many, because the next thing I knew, I was waking up with a mouth full of dirt and lungs full of smoke. My home was reduced to ash. My sisters, dead. And they left me alive
Okay.
to see what they'd done. Still burns whenever I think about it.
Wow.
Wow, he full on just opened up with a very big story right there.
Yeah, that was something, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I wasn't the only one this happened to. It wasn't long before Boudica led thousands of Britons in a rebellion against the
No, of
Romans.
course, yes.
Unfortunately, there were just too many of them. And those of us who survived, they enslaved. So, then I found myself being transported all the way to Rome to be sold to the highest bidder. I spent a few years working for my new master, learning the Romans' ways, Romanized my name and everything. Tried to escape a couple of times, but they always found me, and I'd just end up right back where I was. I'd probably still be there too, if it wasn't for the stampedes breaking out. You see, about 7 months ago, an enormous fire broke out in Rome. Everybody was running down toward the river, screaming and shouting. Never seen anything like it. Human beings acting like cattle. I got swept up with them somehow, and the rest is a blur. The next thing I knew, some stranger was dragging me out of a river.
Yep,
Stumbled across this
again,
place
the
and
same thing.
started
Yes.
my life over again.
Indeed.
Okay.
Apologies if we're not talking much, but it's one of those games where the characters are going to do a lot of the talking for
Yes,
us.
it's a good
Yeah.
idea to get. See
I'm
what's
glad
there.
things worked out in the end. Did they?
That's what I thought too, for a while. But it seems the gods aren't done tormenting me yet. See, I finally had my own farm again, safe from the grasping hands of the Romans. Or so I thought. Until Sentius the Decurion demanded I hand over all my produce. It's for the good of us all, he says. Only he takes the best bits for himself, of course. He even told me if I refuse his demands, I'll break the golden rule. I'm not sure I believe him, but then, what if he's right? So, it turns out our dear old magistrate is no better than the Legion thugs who took everything from me. I'm right back where I began.
Okay.
So don't you worry. Nemesis is waiting. And he'll get his. One day. He'll get his. Forget I said that last part, will you? I get carried away sometimes.
Right.
Interesting. Was that roof? What's his face behind us? Just
Yeah,
then?
because he's having a walk.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Or do I go for the neutral option? We'll see. Ooh. I'm gonna say sure.
Thanks, friend. I knew I liked you. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
Interesting. Okay.
Do you know a way out? He probably doesn't, but we'll see.
As much as I'd love to get out of here, the harvest's always more fruitful in another man's field, isn't it? But Scintilla, Sentius's daughter, went missing a few weeks back. Could be she found a way.
Yeah,
out.
we need to find out because
If anyone knows for sure, it'll be her sister, Sentia. But she'd never tell the likes of me.
Cynthia doesn't seem to know,
Yeah.
though. But then again, unless we believe her that she couldn't find that note under a pillow.
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Now we've got things about the magistrate that maybe he's not as.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't give it much thought these days. I mean, everybody here's got their own view about what we need to do to survive. But I say, let's spend less time arguing about what it means to be good and just get on with it, you know?
In the election?
I can't see how I could vote for either candidate. I don't like Sentius much, but Malleolus is almost as bad. Even I could do a better job. Me, a farmer. And I've never given a speech or put on a toga in my life.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, see you around.
There's a lot of sus people around here. It's very sus, Phil.
Very sauce.
Amogus. Right, Lucretia. Where would she
Okay,
be?
so we've got some food for thought, haven't we?
You have indeed, yes. Ooh.
Oh.
Look at this place, Phil.
Okay, what have we got here?
Someone to talk to me. Oh, can I go through here? Oh, yes, I can. Oh, God. Oh, this looks like a shrine. Hello.
Okay.
Or maybe this is the clinic.
Oh, someone's.
Lucretia? Ah, it is, yeah.
Oh.
Let's talk to Lucretia. Move that mouse cursor.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Yulia.
Oh, she's dead.
She's a good
She was the person who's going to escape.
Sorry if you just heard my coaster clattering. Just had a really lovely glass of alcohol-free mojito, didn't I, Phil?
With a minty aftertaste.
Yeah, very nice. What happened?
She was poisoned.
Oh.
She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall,
It's that
right around
point.
the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here with the
Well,
golden
she's been
rule.
poisoned.
Yeah.
So all I
Hang
could
on.
do is come back
It
here
wouldn't- It's not
and
broken
just
the golden
watch her
rule.
die.
So
I
she
kept
poisoned
on
herself.
apologizing.
Yeah.
And now I'll never know who poisoned her.
Yeah.
Or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule. Or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
Interesting.
Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that genetric Kamfututo and scratching his eyes out.
I kind of want to see that, but yes. Okay, so it's slowly adding people we could potentially say.
To the list.
Yes.
Right.
So I'll prioritise it. I'll see what I can do.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, we just did one of our quests that we already have there. What's your story?
I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Nevia's clinic. I've just been filling in ever since she disappeared. I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time. But I'd rather take this on myself than let one of you lot mess it up.
Okay, how'd you end up here?
My husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He embraced the Roman way more than I would have liked and turned into an awful philanderer. I would have divorced him and demanded the return of my dowry, but I knew he would sooner have me killed than give me my right. So I waited for the right time to take what was mine and disappear.
Oh, yeah,
and then
the same
I
thing
escaped.
happened.
As he prepared to evacuate our villa, I gathered our most precious belongings, coins and gemstones, and the moment his back was turned, I ran. I could barely see for the smoke, and the streets were full of people trampling each other. I ran for the river, like everyone else, and leapt in. The next thing I remember, I was waking up on a riverbank, not far from here.
Yeah,
It's
the
all right.
usual.
Say what you will about this place, at least my fornicating husband will never find me. And while there's no shortage of snakes here, at least with the golden rule, they have to try to be discreet about it.
Okay.
Oh, this shrine was in use as a clinic long before any of us arrived here. Kind of strange to set up a clinic in the temple of the god of disease. But the god who inflicts a curse is also the only god who can undo it. So I suppose praying to Apollo for healing kind of makes sense.
Okay, Navia?
Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, but she was the closest thing we had down here. And she was good too, until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying, but I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead
Strange.
or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem. A real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed and he's in constant pain.
Who would that be?
I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. And he's a little bit scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off. And I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. And you know what that means. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace.
Okay, I'll see what I can do then.
Thanks, I suppose.
Figure out a treatment for him, because if we can solve that, maybe we'll get something interesting out of it.
I wish. Some people here need proper medical care, not the half-baked, hanging by a thread excuse for treatment I'm giving them. Just don't get sick or injured here. I'll do my best to treat you, but I'm out of my depth and dangerously short on everything you can imagine.
God. Good.
Golden rule?
A city without sin might sound good on paper, but whoever dreamt it up didn't think it through. Maybe it was an attempt to create some kind of utopia. But snakes like Decius will always find loopholes to exploit. And what can we do about it? Absolutely nothing. In some ways, we are worse off because we can't take the law into our own hands.
Can you hear the statues whispering? Is that normal?
Oh no. Sorry. I don't mean to worry you, but no, that is definitely not normal. There was one other person who claimed she could hear the statues
Navia.
talking to her. But that was Navia, and she went a little mad.
Tell me more about her.
Well,
Oh,
she
it's
used
this.
to run
Never
the
mind.
She,
We
until
can skip
she
the
said
episode out, yes.
this, the last, and then she's been. But I really would. One of my pet.
Go on.
He's become so.
Okay,
I
let's go
just.
through this as well. I'll see what I can do.
Thanks,
Yeah.
I said.
Okay, can we talk about
Yeah,
Yulia?
obviously.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Did you ever say anything about escaping?
Yes.
How did you know that? Yes, she did mutter something about the only way out. A few times, but nothing more than that, I'm afraid.
Right. Was she poisoned or was it self-inflicted? Because they did say suicide was against the golden
Yeah, it
rule.
could potentially be.
Do you really want to know? I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely they would have broken the golden rule, and so maybe it's best we don't discuss it.
Okay. Yeah, what?
Hemlock, I believe.
Hemlock, okay.
Right.
Is there any reason why she might have wanted to die?
I haven't seen her in months. She's not allowed to leave Malleolas' villa, and they are quite secretive.
Okay. Curious.
Gladly.
Right.
Alright.
Well, come back if you get sick or injured. Day or night, I'll do what I can.
Yeah, that's a big one. There's a lot of information
Ooh.
taken there.
Okay, so that's...
Search Yulia. She has no items on
right,
her.
so she was...
So medical collection of barbaric-looking medical implements, including forceps and shears.
Right.
Okay, okay. Anything else in here we can look at? Let's have a look. That's locked.
Okay.
Check she can
May
hear me.
Apollo keep you safe.
Yes, thank you indeed.
More medical tools.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff. Mortar and pestle. Haven't changed much in the last 2 millennia. They sure haven't. Wooden rack containing various dried and ground substances. Okay.
Right.
There's just a statue there, looking at the altar. Oh, statue of Apollo. Also, statue of Apollo, the Roman and Greek god of disease and healing, among other things.
It might have to be something I'm about to censor there as well.
Yeah, there might be.
Yeah.
Just why I was trying not to look at it too much. Indeed. Yeah, I'll probably have to run it through Magix and just put a censor on it, because knowing YouTube
Yes.
will be an absolute bitch about it.
Okay, well, I think
Yeah.
we've done a good watch there.
That is a good chunk, right
Yeah, so
there.
we've got a lot of information and various different
A
things
lot,
yeah,
yeah.
to think about.
There's a lot of
Indeed.
information there to take in. So we've met, we talked to Galerius a bit more, so we've got a bit more about his backstory. Rufius, talked to him, got his backstory. Obviously, Demetrius, the unfriendly gladiator, and now Lucretia as well, and a bit about Yulia.
But one trend that's going is the way that everyone turned up to this city.
yes,
There was
indeed.
a fire, a massive trample, fainted into the fell into the river, and then ended up here.
Yeah. I'm still sticking with my sort of working theory at the moment that we're in some sort of dead world. That there's something
But they're also picked
mystical
up by a
going on.
stranger as well.
Yes, that
Yeah.
too. More suspicion on Karen. Is she the modern day equivalent of whatever death deity receives people and tricks
Yeah,
them
oh
into
God, hang on.
coming here? Who
Wow.
knows? That could well be the answer. We'll see though. You never know, because we're only 2 episodes in, so I could be way off the mark.
I know, we'll have to see what
Yet.
goes on.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's I'm trying to get my Danganronpa mystery solving
'cause it's sort
hat
of-
on, yeah, to figure out what's going on. Well, than that, thanks for joining me, Phil.
I've had some fun.
Indeed, it's been good. Facebook to the links down below, along the link to my propagandist channel for anyone interested, and if you enjoyed, a like is of course always appreciated. Other than
And
that,
to viewers as well. What,
Yeah.
what were your thoughts?
indeed, let us know
what's
your
going
thoughts.
on?
Who's standing out as sus to you, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen?
what's going on? We've got so many quests. Good God,
I know.
it's racking up.
Yeah, just got to work through them, eh? Yeah. So, like if you enjoyed the video and all that, and we'll sign off now. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Just read to find the most inefficient way of actually doing something, ladies and gentlemen. But on the bright side, it meant I could go down to my raft and, get a few things sorted and all that. Alright, so let's do this. We've got the freaking crane key. Hell yes. So what does that do? I just have to press use. Aha! Sends it over to the crane. Oh! That smashes a big hole again. Okay, so there's going to be something down there, right, that it wants me to find. Right, so if I get my zipline tool on here and ride that zipline down like an absolute pro. Hey, here we go. Oh god, Jesus. That impact though feels pretty, Jesus. God. Well, I concussed myself.